AITA for not wanting to lend my friend my pet because they have a history of mistreating animals. AITA for not wanting to lend my friend my pet because they have a history of mistreating animals. I have a friend, let's call her Emily, who I've known since high school. Emily and I were really close back then, but as we got older, we drifted apart a bit. We still keep in touch and catch up from time to time, but we're not as close as we used to be. Recently, Emily reached out to me and asked if she could borrow my pet bunny for a few days. I was a bit surprised by the request, as Emily has never shown any interest in animals before. But I didn't want to jump to any conclusions, so I asked her why she wanted to borrow my bunny. Emily explained that she was thinking of getting a pet of her own, and wanted to see what it would be like to take care of one before making the commitment. She said that she had done some research and knew how to take care of rabbits, and promised to take good care of my bunny while he was in her care. I was hesitant at first, but ultimately agreed to let Emily borrow my bunny for a few days. I gave her all the instructions she needed to take care of him, and warned her about his quirks and preferences. The first day went okay. Emily sent me a few pictures of my bunny hanging out in her apartment, and said that he seemed to be adjusting well. But the next day, things started to go downhill. Emily texted me to say that my bunny had chewed up some of her furniture, and asked me what she should do. I told her that bunnies are notorious for chewing, and that she should have bunny-proofed her apartment before bringing him over. I also reminded her that my bunny was used to being in a certain environment, and that he might be stressed out in a new place. But things only got worse from there. Emily started sending me pictures of my bunny in strange situations, like standing on his hind legs in a small cage, or trying to squeeze through a gap in the fence outside. I started to get really worried about my bunny's safety, and asked Emily what was going on. Emily said that she was having a hard time taking care of my bunny, and that he was being difficult. She said that he was refusing to eat the food she had bought for him, and that he was constantly trying to escape his enclosure. I was really upset by this, and told Emily that she needed to take better care of my bunny. I reminded her that he was a living creature, and that she had promised to take good care of him. But Emily didn't seem to care. She started ignoring my messages, and wouldn't answer my calls. I started to get really worried about my bunny, and decided to go over to Emily's apartment to check on him. When I got there, I was shocked by what I saw. My bunny was in a small, dirty cage in the corner of the living room, with no food or water. His fur was matted and dirty, and he looked scared and miserable. I was furious with Emily. I asked her how she could treat my bunny this way, and she just shrugged and said that she didn't know what else to do. I told her that I was taking my bunny back, and that she could never borrow him again. Emily got angry and defensive, and accused me of overreacting. She said that my bunny was just an animal, and that it wasn't a big deal if she didn't take perfect care of him. But to me, it was a big deal. My bunny is my beloved pet, and I would do anything to protect him. I left Emily's apartment with my bunny in tow, feeling hurt and angry. Since then, Emily and I haven't spoken much. She's tried to apologize and make amends, but I'm still angry about what happened. I just can't understand how she could mistreat my pet like that, especially knowing that she has a history of mistreating animals in the past. Now, I'm left wondering if I'm the asshole for not wanting to lend my friend my pet. On one hand, I understand that Emily wanted to try taking care of a pet before committing to getting one of her own. But on the other hand, she clearly wasn't prepared to handle the responsibility, and my bunny suffered because of it. I know that my bunny is just an animal. But he's also a living creature who deserves to be treated with love and respect. I can't help but feel like I let him down by entrusting him to someone who wasn't capable of caring for him properly. So, Reddit, I ask you, am I the asshole for not wanting to lend my friend my pet because they have a history of mistreating animals? Or was I justified in my decision to protect my bunny from further harm?